thở và cười, mỗi giây thở và cười, mỗi phút thở và cười, ta có nụ cười vui.
Sáng dậy thở và cười, trưa đến thở và cười, tối về thở và cười, ta có một ngày vui. Ta sẽ thấy an lành ngay giữa cuộc đời này.
Ta sẽ có tràn đầy bông hoa nở trên môi.
Ta sẽ thấy nhiệm màu ngay giữa cuộc đời này.
Ta sẽ có an lành ngay trong trái tim ta.
Okay, now I would like to invite you have very small practice. What the Buddha teach about how we see life. Before I share with you a little reflection of Dharma for today. Okay. Now I like everybody put your hand up. Any hand. Right hand, left hand, anything. Okay, but not you. Okay. You keep focusing into this finger. Okay. Put your finger up in front of you. Keep focusing to the finger. A little bit more exercise now. Put your hand a bit further. Further. And the finger up. Okay, finger up. Look at your finger. Look at your hand. Put your hand straight as further as you can. As further as you can. A bit further. Strong up. Keep it. You start to feel a bit tired with your shoulder, right? Keep it. Keep straight. As far as you can, as fast as you can. Keep your hand up. You will feel the tired of your shoulder right now. Tired. Okay, thank you. Keep your hand down. Your shoulder tight, right? A bit. What the message from that? The Buddha said, your shoulder will not be tired if we not keep that position for too long. Because we keep that kind of position for too long, the effect of that action is your shoulder will be tired. That's easy. Okay, now what's the message from that? The reality is our shoulder is well and normal because we do some action. We take action with our hand like this and we keep it so long. It stretches out our shoulder. That's why we got the effect of that action, that is the tiredness. So if we do something right, we will have some right effect. If we do something, cause some effect, the effect will happen into our life. We have nothing to do with it. In order to stop it, in order to get the wellness back, we stop doing it. That's easy. If we do not like to be tired anymore, take a hand off. It's easy. Because we, in our daily life, our ego is so high, our ego is so high, and when our ego is so high like this, it makes our shoulders so tired. The higher our ego is so high, it's weighted. It makes our body, our feelings so tired. If we do not like tired anymore, if we do not like to be stressed anymore, if we do not like to be depressed anymore, if we like to have a happy life and light life, take the ego off. So easy. It's so easy. If we do not like to have that kind of tired anymore, take the hand off. Because our ego growing and growing and growing, we are attached with that. The ego bringing us too much suffering. We keep linking that. We cling entirely. We just keep that kind of action. So in order to get rid of that kind of tired, take the hand off, take the ego off. That's so easy. That's so easy in everything. Today it's just very little message from the Buddha teaching. Next week, I would like to invite you to have the boundary. In the Sutra, the Buddha said, we are in the holy family. Yeah? We are in holy family right now. We are in holy family right now, the family of the Buddha. We are the son and the daughter of the Buddha. We are in the holy family together right now. But before we're going to buy a property, or before we're going to buy any house, we need to know the boundary of that estate. We need to know the boundary of that house we're going to buy. That's it, our access. Our access is the holy house and holy family. We are the son and the daughter of the Buddha. We are in our Buddha holy family. We are in our house, our sweet home. Before we make sure we are the owner of this house, we would like to make sure the boundary of our property. Something like this temple, the area of this temple, 40 years before my master had this land around 4,000 square meters. That's in the boundary of the temple. The initial part in that side and baby place in this side. That's in the boundary of this temple. We are in the holy house of the Buddha, and we are in the holy family, and we are son and daughter of the Buddha. But before, we like to make sure with ourselves we are the owner of our house. We need to know the boundary of our house. Next week, I would like to invite you the reflection about the boundary of our holy house. The boundary of our holy house will be the precepts, will be the value of compassion, will be the value of eagerness. That's in the boundary of the holy house we're living in. So next week, we're going to share with you the boundary and make sure you understand our boundary and make sure we keep and respect our boundary before we do anything inside our holy land. So this is for today like this. Thank you so much for everybody coming, and we see you again next week at 9:30. I wish I can see you around 9:25, a bit earlier, so we have a bit more time. Thank you very much, and we see you next week. Okay. Dear friends, today we keep going to study what the Buddha teaching in the Heart Sutra. And as I told you last week, the Heart Sutra is the most important Buddha text more than 2,000 years ago. And all the Buddhist temple in the world, we read this text in all the temple. Even Tibetan Buddhist temple, or Vietnamese temple, or Chinese temple, or Korean temple, we all read this text. This text is the most important text, important Buddhist text in all the Buddhist temple all over the world. That's why I would like to share the meanings of this text to you. And you know, because the meanings of this text is so profound, so precious, like the beautiful building. So before we can come into that beautiful building, like for example, like last week I shared with you, like we're going to buy the property. First, if we see that house is so beautiful and we can afford to buy that house, and we book with the agent come to inspect that house, the agent will take us have a look at the house. But before we make decision to buy that house, the real estate agent will take us to show us the boundaries of the property first. They will show us how big is the area of that property. And this is the property, this is the corner, that is the corner, the west corner, the south corner, something like that. They will make sure you understand the boundary of the property we're going to buy. And then they will show you the main entrance to get into the house. And then lastly, they will, first of all, we love the house first, right? First of all, we like to understand the meaning of the Buddha text first. But before we make sure we buy the property, the agent will show us the boundary and all the access to get into the house. Like this, like this. Today, I'd like to invite you to work with me around the boundary of the property. And then, if we cannot, if we just can't finish it today, we keep going next week. After next week, we will have a look at the entrance, the foundation to lead from the outside to the inside of the property. That's the walkway we can call, or this is the entranceway, or this is the footpath, whatever we call. But we need the access. We need the access. And then after that, after we understand the boundary, make sure we not cross the line. Okay? Make sure we know the boundary of our Buddha land. Make sure we know the access to our Buddha home. And then from there, we have enough knowledge, we have enough practice, and then we can have full confidence to step into the house. Okay? So everything not happen overnight. Everything not happen overnight. And we don't have to work, to learn, too fast. As soon as we understand, as soon as we can practice, so the practice will help us when we can come into the house, we will have full confidence and we will have full knowledge to see, to understand every details of the house. So now I'd like to invite you walk with me around the boundary of the Buddha land first. Okay. You know, unfortunately was born in the Vietnamese Buddhist family. My parents, they are Buddhist. So I'm very fortunate to was born in a Buddhist family. And when I grown up, maybe of some habits from my past life. So when I was young, I already wish someday when I grown up become a nun. That's when I was young. But when I grown up as a teenager, and then I had opportunity to go to high school, and then I had opportunity to go to university. I had friends like you, and instead of falling into the romance relationship like the other, I see so many suffering of my family members and my friends. And then I say, wow, everybody was born and then grown up and then found out their loved ones, and then they get married, and then they get children, and then they waiting for the sickness coming, and then they got old age, and then they pass away. I see that when I was teenager and university, and I thought, oh, what's the life? What's the meaning of the life? What's the true meaning of the life? Everybody just was born, getting up, and then waiting for the sickness, and then getting old age, and then pass away. That's the life of everybody. Yeah. And I had the big question with that. And then as soon as I got a chance to come here as overseas student, last year I'm 23 years old. This year I'm 48, 25 years before. When I had chance to come here with the freedom, and I definitely took that chance to become a nun. Yeah, to become a nun. And the reason why I'm a Buddhist nun and I'm a Buddhist practitioner, because I see people surrounding me. Everybody, they like happiness. Everybody, they avoid unhappiness and sadness. Everybody like that. But why? It takes the whole life, but they didn't find as much as happiness they wish. Why? And then I looked deeply. I found everything come from the mind. Come from the mind. come from the mind. To this person, that situation, he or she can find happiness in that. But to that person, that situation, similar situation, they felt so unhappy, so sadness. What makes that different? The same situation, but what makes different between two people is come from the minds of that two different people. And you know, only the Buddha Shakyamuni Buddha show us how to tame our mind, how to transform our mind, to bring our minds the most happiness as we could. Only the Buddha can do that for us. That's why when I was young, yes, I had a tendency to become a Buddhist nun, because I don't know why. Maybe that's the karmic force from my past life. Yes, when I was young, I don't have enough understanding, but I still become a nun. But when I grown up, I have full understanding and I have the observation. I found out, the reason why I become the Buddhist nun or the Buddhist practitioner, because the Buddha is the only one who teaches us how to tame our mind, to transform our mind. That's why so far, right now, under the guidance of my great master and my venerable brother in Dharma, under the guidance of my teacher and with the support of the community, I still make the commitment with my life, keep going on the Buddha teaching, day by day, week by week, and month by month. Okay, now, to someone they do not understand the Buddha, they often think the Buddha gave them 5 precepts because the Buddha gave them 5 precepts to practice. It looks like we don't have freedom. Some people think that. But to us, as a Buddhist practitioner, we think the Buddha like to protect our freedom. So they give us the tool to protect our freedom. If because of our ignorance, because of our not understanding, we take the life of the other, sooner or later we will feel so guilty, and we need to pay for that cause and effect. At that time we lost our freedom. That's why the Buddha gave us the tool to protect our freedom. The Buddha said, no harming, no killing. The very first precept is no killing. And instead of stealing, the Buddha said, we give. We practice the giving. We practice the forgiveness. We practice the opening. We practice the open mind. So instead of stealing, the Buddha gives us another tool to protect our freedoms. Is no stealing. So 5 precepts: no killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, no lying, and no alcohol or anything bringing the harm to our mind. These 5 precepts are 5 tools the Buddha gave us to protect our freedom. That's the boundary of the Buddha man. Make sure we not jump out of a fence. Make sure we not cross the line. Because if we cross the line, sooner or later we have to pay for what we're doing, and it took away our freedom. It's not like before someone think we don't have freedom, but after we just make these 5 precepts, sooner or later we lost our freedom because we bring suffering to the other. Okay, that's the very first boundary I like to invite everybody. Keep that very strong in your mind. Keep that very strong in your mind. So now I like to say that again. No harming or no killing. Number 1. Number 2, no stealing. Number 3, no sexual misconduct. When our friend or anyone who have wife or husband, make sure we keep that, we respect that relationship. We not jump into their relationship and took their lover away. It's not right. It's not right. No, sorry, sexual misconduct. You know, so many families, they experience the suffering from the 3rd precept, sexual misconduct. They come to the temple and asking us for the forgiveness, or they do the confession all the time. But before they do it, if they know the boundary, they not cross the line, so they don't have to feel that sadness or that suffering. Okay? So the 3rd one is no sexual misconduct. And the 4th one is no lying. No lying is the most important thing, because every day we use our speech most of the time. And not many people can keep no lying. Most of people, because of their ego, because to protect their, in Vietnamese we call the tradition mặt mũi, keep out our ego, mặt mũi. So it's very easy for them to tell a lie, to protect their mặt mũi, to protect their ego. But by the end of the day, we didn't feel happy at all when we tell a lie. But when we tell a truth, sometimes it's hard. But by the end of the day, we can go to sleep very well, because of we overcome ourselves. So number 4, the Buddha give us the truth. Always tell the truth. Always be honest. Don't tell a lie. And then the last one is no alcohol. Yeah, you see the easiest one. Yeah, some Asian people, we have some addiction with alcohol, but fortunately not many of us have this kind of addiction, so it's very good. Next, so I like to invite everybody have the strong mind. Take our precepts. Keep our precepts. This is not what the Buddha asked us, we have to do it. But these are the tools to protect our freedom. As soon as we can do it, we have freedom. As soon as we can keep it, we have happiness. As soon as we can practice the 5 precepts, we can bring happiness and benefit to our loved ones around us. So I like to highlight, so everybody make sure we keep this practice as strong as you can. No killing, no harming, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, no lying, and no alcohol. Okay, so these are the tools, these are the boundaries of the Buddha land. Okay, of the Buddha land. Make sure you understand. And to those you, any friends here, you haven't took refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha, and haven't received the 5 precepts. I do encourage someday you come and then you make the vows to take refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, and your teacher, your Buddhist teacher, your thầy or your sư cô will show you the precepts. And in front of the Buddha, you promise to the Buddha and promise to yourself, this life and many next life, I vow to protect my freedom. I vow to protect the freedom of our loved ones, and I vow to bring benefit to all sentient beings by I take and keep and practice these 5 holy precepts. Okay, so anyone here didn't take refuge, so I do encourage, I do invite everyone on maybe next festival, maybe next celebration, come to take refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Today we have time limited, and the 5 precepts is the 5 boundary columns. We make sure we keep this very strong in our mind, and make sure we practice deeply in our mind. And as soon as we practice it, I can make the promise to you. The Buddha said, as soon as we keep it, as soon as we practice it, as soon as we make the 5 precepts strong enough in your mind, your life will change day by day. Your life will change day by day. Okay, today we have time limited, and I just share with you the first boundary is 5 precepts. Next week we're going to have another boundary columns. That's how to tame your mind, how to do concentration, and then the last step of the boundaries is the wisdom. So if we have enough time, next week we're going to share the concentration and the wisdom next week. So that's the boundary. So you will see, anyone here, you will see we got the moralities in the precepts. So we got the concentration, is the samadhi, and we got the wisdom, that's in the right view. So in Vietnamese, that's the giới định và huệ. So in English, we have the tool to protect our freedom, the tool to protect our minds, that's the concentration, the tool to protect our emotion, that's concentration, and the tool to look at the life with the right views, that's the wisdom and đạo huệ. So they are the boundary of the Buddha land. So today we already talked about I already invite you the very first ones, that is the morality. So next week we will have concentration and we will have wisdom next week. Okay, I sincerely wish you have a very, very happy weeks, and we see you again next week. So everybody, last week we discussing about the boundary of Buddha land. We are all the good sons, good daughter of the Buddha. And in the Buddhist text here, we are in the holy land of Buddha Dharma. Okay? And last week, we talking about the boundaries of our Buddha land. Okay, the boundary of our Buddha land. Whenever you have time, just Google how much every year Australian government they spend for the boundary protection. Because as good as we protect our boundary, our nation boundary, it means we protect our land in that good. We are in Buddha land right now. We deserve our Buddha land inner. And it's really good for us to know our boundary. And we need to make the vows for ourselves. We should protect our boundary as good as we can. Okay, last week, I come to you with few good quality of our boundary. The very first one is the quality of benefit ourselves and benefit the other, instead of harming or killing the other. Okay, the very first quality will be benefit ourselves and benefit the other, instead of killing the other or harming the other. That's the very first quality. The second quality, we try our best to protect and to respect the other, instead of we stealing something from the other. It sounds easy, but it's not easy at all. Okay, so the second one should be we try our best to protect or to respect the other, instead of stealing something from the other. Okay, now we go into the third one, the third quality. The third quality, we try our best to respect the relationship of the other, not to take any sexual misconduct from the other family. It sounds easy? Is it not easy at all? We have so much suffering from this kind of quality, okay? So, and the fourth one, we try our best to always to say or to tell the truth, instead of we tell a lie. This one, I think, the most difficult things, yeah. Okay, but we try, and nothing happens every night, overnight. We try our best. Okay, the fourth one, we try our best to tell the truth, instead of we tell a lie to anyone, our loved ones, our close ones, our college, anyone. Okay, And the fifth one, we try our best not seeking anything destroy our mind, destroy our awareness. Instead of we taking alcohol or any kinds of chemical which might destroy our awareness. So these are 5 qualities. They are the boundary. Make sure we're not crossing the line. The Buddha said, most of sentient beings in the sick rooms, they lost freedom and they experienced a loss of experience, a loss of suffering experience because they lost these kinds of value. They lost these kinds of value. And the cause and effect of losing these kinds of value will lead us to losing our freedom. Okay, make sure we understand, we not cross the line, we protect our boundary as much as we can. Now, I'd like to invite you go into another important part in our boundary. That is protection our mind. Okay, that's it, protection our mind. And you know, right now I'm here with you and you are here with me. We are in the lotus position like this. I'm here. I'm respectfully here, be with you. Be with you right here. But you look at me, you see, and I am here with you. I have a lot of love and kindness for you right now. I have a lot of respect for you right now. You look at me and you can see, because I have the fully respect in my position, in my seat right here for you. That is just the out performance from my mind. My mind control my body. From the bottom of my heart, I have full respect to you first. I have full love and kindness to you first. And then my mind telling me, in order to show my love and kindness, in order to show my respect to you, I should have the performance, the attitude to show my inner heart. So the mind actually control the action. The mind control the action. So we can see I try my best to protect my action, but actually the inner layer is I protect my mind. When I protect my mind, I can protect my action. So like the boundary, when the army or when the government say protect the land. Protect the land means protect the boundary of the land. Protect the boundary of the nation is protect the land. If we lose the boundary of the lands, if we lose the boundary of the nation, it means we lose the land, right? So we protect our mind. It means we protect our boundary of the Buddha land. We protect our Buddha land. Boundary means we protect our mind, because the mind, look, we can say our mind like our land. If we have land, we can do everything with our land. We can build construction, we can plant a tree. We can do a lot of things in our land. If we lose our land, we can't do anything. Like Vietnam, unfortunately, when the other country come in and they try to take our land, when we lost our land, we lost everything. When we lost our mind, we lost everything. So, the Buddha said, our boundary of the Buddha land should have 3 key parts. The very first part will be the morality. That I just shared with you, the 5 qualities of the life. That's the morality. And the second part is protecting the mind, and will be divided into 2 smaller parts, which is awareness concentration, and the second one is the wisdom. Awareness concentration, when I'm going to share with you maybe next few weeks, and also the wisdom from the Buddha enlightenment in big text. We will go through these 2 sub-qualities next few weeks, but they both come from the protection of our mind. Okay, so what they relate to our life. That's how important our mind is. We never let anyone jump into our mind and disturb our mind. We should not let any situation jump into our mind and bring our mind a lot of negative thoughts in. It doesn't work that way. Our mind is just so precious. Okay, now I give you small example, and then I believe every of us can have so many similar examples for your life. Okay, now, right now, my body have the eyes. My eyes can see the subject, right? Your eye also can see the subject, okay? My eyes see the subject. Your eyes see the subject. Okay. And that kind of subject, just for example, they give you the emotions of stress or anxiety or anger or any kind of negative emotion. That kind of subject can bring us that kind of emotion, okay? Something like this, something like, I love yellow color. Something like this, for very simple. But somehow, people give me some bright color. It makes me upset, okay? The object raising me a sense of upset, angry, unrespect, everything. That kind of subject can bring me a lot of different kinds of negative thoughts, negative emotions. Okay. My eyes see the object. Object give me different kinds of different emotion, right? Now, the main part is we protect our mind. Our mind control our eyes. Our eyes control how we react with the object, right? The object can give us some kinds of negative thoughts. The object can give us some kinds of anger. The object can give us some kind of stressful. The object can give some kinds of negative thoughts. That's the nature of the object. We can control the nature of the object. But what we can control is how we react, the way we look at the object. That part comes from our mind. And we do not like our mind gets disturbed, get a lot of negative stuff. because of the object. We appreciate, we got a good eye. Like in the meditation section, I have the opportunity to be with you and guiding you. You remember I'm telling, we have a good opportunity, we have a good eye to see the darkness when we close our eyes. And we have the good ear to hear the sounds. We have the good body to sense the cold or the warm from the air. That's our fortunate, our appreciation. Okay, now I'm coming back with how to protect the mind. Okay, our eye can see the object. Our ear can hear the object. Our body can feel the object. The thing is, we can't control the object, how it look like and how it appear in front of us. We can't. I just can't. When I come here to become a nun, my teacher already built this building. I just can't fix that. Something like today, fortunately, we have the sunshine day. But yesterday, it's just a rainy day, a wet day all day. We can't control the weather, but the only thing we can control is our mind. So our eyes can see the object. Our ear can hear the sounds. Our nose can smell the odor. Our body can feel the sensation, the thing. The thing is how we react with the object we see and we hear. That's it. And we never like to let the object come into our mind and disturb our mind and take away our peace, our happiness, our control. We never like it. Do you know why the Buddha said? Why the Buddha appeared in this world? The Buddha appeared in this world because he liked to show us the way how we react to the object. If we let the object control our mind, we lose that game. If we can control our reaction to the object, we win the game. That's easy. That's so easy. Okay, I don't understand everybody, my dear friends. I don't understand. When I try my best to explain to you, it looks simple and it's understandable and it's doable. But I do understand. It takes your time to practice, because not only this life, many our past life, we lose control with the object already. It turns like the habit. We just let the object control our mind. We just let the object do whatever they do to our mind. We get used to it so many lives already. So this life is hard. It's hard to control. The way I try my best to explain to you, it looks simple, it looks doable, it looks reasonable. But in order to put into practice, I do understand it's not easy. Okay. It's not easy, but we can do it day by day, an hour by an hour, weeks by weeks, month by month. That's why we come to the temple every week like that. So all together, we repeat the Buddha wisdom and the Buddha text. And then, this text, as I told you many weeks before, this is the most important text in Buddhism for 2,000 years more than 2,000 years. In this act, the Buddha will show us how to look at the object correctly. The object might be form, the object might be sound, the object might be the object of the body, everything. The Buddha shows us how to react with all kinds of objects, everything in the text. Okay, so we don't have enough time, and also I don't think that's a good idea. We go too much every week. So every week we do a little, and this week I like to make the highlight to everybody. We try our best to keep our boundary. The 5 qualities: no killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, no lying, and no alcohol. And also, we try our best to protect our mind. To protect our minds is another quality of the boundary in Buddha land. Today, I like to share with all of you. And I like to make sure everybody put all these kinds of quality put into your mind as deep as possible. Whenever we understand the boundary, whenever we recognize our boundary, whenever we understand where's our limit, we make very, very quick decision in any situation. Something like the temple have the boundary over there, you know. Whenever we have the boundary, we do understand what we can do inside the temple land and what we can't do outside of the temple land. And when we have the clear boundary like that, it's very easy for us to make any decision, to make very quick decision what action we should do. If we don't see the boundary, whatever happens, we don't know what to do. This is right or not right. But when we see really the boundary, whatever happened inside the temple, we know that's right. Whatever happened outside of the temple, we know it's not right. We're not going to do it. We don't know. We can't afford the trouble. We just can't afford the trouble from the government, from the council. We just can't afford that. So we're not going to do anything outside of the boundary. Okay, now I would like to invite everybody coming back with our Buddha land boundary with the five quality: no stealing, no killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, no stealing, and no alcohol. And then today is the value of protect our mind. Value of protect our mind. And just very quick remind, in protect our mind we have 2 smaller parts. The very first one is the awareness meditation and the wisdom. That 2 smaller parts in the protection our mind part. So but don't worry about those ones today. We're going to go through that two quality next week. This week, please remember, we have the precious mind. We should protect it as much as good as we can. Otherwise, we lose our mind like we lose our land. We lose our land, we lose everything. Okay? So, I think we don't have enough time for the Q&A, for the question and answer. Maybe next week we will have the little box. Everybody have any question? Please put the question into that box. Maybe the final week of the month, I try my best to answer the question. Your question, okay? Dasi, the words from Venerable Ananda. He's the disciple of the Buddha, and he also the best assistant monk of the Buddha. And when the Buddha, when he arrived, I think approximately when he was 50 years old, 55 years old, I mean the mid of 50, at that time he really needs someone can help him with the timetable for the teaching, organize everything, and Venerable Ananda was chosen to be his assistant at that time until the Buddha passed away when he was 80 years old. So thus have I heard. That's the words from Venerable Ananda. Okay, when we hear thus have I heard, it means Venerable Ananda, he confirmed. He would like to make the confirmation. This is what I heard by my ear from the Lord Buddha. That's it, confirm. That's it, confirm. It's not from this text or this from the other one telling me that what I heard. That's it, a confirmation from Venerable Ananda. He said, thus have I heard. Or this is what I heard from the Buddha. That's it, a confirm. This text is confirmed from the Buddha. Okay, and now we go to once the blessed one. The blessed one is the Buddha. The blessed one is the Buddha. We right now we learning the Buddha teaching. It means we receiving the blessing from the Buddha. Because the Buddha teaching, the value of the Buddha teaching give us the sense of true happiness. As soon as we can receive the sense of happiness, the value of life, the value of compassion, the value of wisdom from the Buddha teaching, that means we receive the blessing from the Buddha. That's why in the text somehow we see when they address the Buddha like the Lord Buddha or the Tathagata, or in this text they address the Buddha as the blessed one. The blessed one. We got a lot of blessing from the Buddha through his teaching, through this text. So in here we see once the blessed one was dwelling in Rajariha. Rajariha is the location, the name of the place in India. We've been there before. We've been there, let's see, 5 or 6 times. Yeah, we've been there. Okay. Dwelling in Rajariha at Fountain Peak Mountain. That mountain, they have the very high peak. And that peak is look like the eagle. So somehow in the text we say Eagle Peak Mountain or Fountain Peak Mountain. So something like we have Blue Mountain here in Sydney. Blue Mountain here we got 3 mountains. So we got 3 stories. We hired like 3 sisters. So we got 3 sister mountains. And here in India, we got Fountain Peak Mountain because that peak is look like the eagle, vulture. So they named that mountain Fountain Peak Mountain. mountain. Okay, who obtained that Buddha teaching? Okay, now, once the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajariha at Thousand Peak Mountain, together with a great gathering of the Sangha of monks and the great gathering of the Sangha of Bodhisattva. So in here we got all the monks, all the Sangha, all the nuns, and also all the Bodhisattva attends this very, very famous teaching, the Heart Sutra. Okay, right now we hear 2,500 years after the Buddha passed away, but how fortunately we are right now. We are in Sydney right now, so far from India, and also so far regarding about the times. 2,500 years after the Buddha passed away, but we still have a lot of blessing from the Buddha. We still can hear, we still can learn, we still can practice the Buddha teaching. This is the Heart Sutra. How blessed we are. How blessed we are right now. So, I believe whenever we have this fortunately chance to learn, to practice, to deeply practice, we always have the blessing from the Buddha and all the Bodhisattva around us. So right here, I do believe not only us right here learning, but so many invisible beings, invisible Bodhisattva, so many invisible spirits around us to learn, to practice the Buddha teaching. That's what all the deep practitioner in Buddhism, we do believe that. We do believe that. We do believe that. Like in our temple, we got the Bodhi tree. The Bodhi tree over there. That our Bodhi tree is 55 years old. That Bodhi tree, the small Bodhi tree, 45 years before our teacher, my teacher, he brought the small tree from India. That's from the French, small French, and then he plants here. You know, every year we have Sri Lanka Buddhist group. They come to pay respect the Buddha tree. They light up the candle. They burn down and pay respect the Bodhi tree because they believe wherever have Bodhi tree, that's the image for us to remember, to memorize the image of the Buddha where he attained enlightenment 2,000 years before. That's why they come and they pay respect the Bodhi tree just behind you, just behind you over there. Okay. Now, we're coming back. At that time, the Blessed One entered the Samadhi that expressed the Dharma called profound illumination. Profound illumination. Okay. Why we call the Blessed One? Because he got the profound illumination. His profound illumination is the blessing. Okay, this week we're not going to explain why the profound illumination is the blessing. This week I'd like to invite you coming back a little bit with last week. Last week we had chance to mention about the Bao boundary of the Buddhist. Okay, the boundary of the Buddhist. I like to remind all of you again. That's the 5 precepts. The 5 precepts. We should have the instead of no killing, we should have the attitude of benefit the other, bring benefit to ourselves and benefit happiness to the other. So the first one, no killing. The second one, no stealing. Instead of we steal the idea of the other, instead of we steal the thing of the other, instead of we steal the labor of the other, we live with the honest. We respect the other. So the second one, no stealing, no killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct. No sexual misconduct. Instead of we engage with the incorrect relationship. So we should respect the relationship of the other. So that's the third one. And the fourth one, instead of we telling something not true, instead of we say we lying, we always respect the truth. Even that's our fault, that's our mistake, that's our trouble. We create that kind of trouble, but we should have the brave. We should have the right to be honest. Instead of we say, oh, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that. Instead of we say that to avoid the problem, but we should say, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. My fault. I'm so sorry. My bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, the people will look at us. Maybe they're not very happy for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. They can say something. We pay for it. We pay for it. But by the end of the day, we go to sleep so easy. We proud ourselves. We proud ourselves. At least we just do the mistake once. We not do the mistake twice. If we try to avoid what we did wrong, it's something like we already do something wrong, and then we do another something wrong. It doesn't work that way. Our value is that big. Everybody get mistake. As soon as we say sorry, that's okay. And our value still be the same. But when we do some mistake, and then we try to avoid that, we not accept the truth, we don't have enough brave, we do something another bad thing, we lying. So now the problem is not come from the mistake we did, but the problem will be we make our value drop down. That's the bigger thing. The thing not from our mistake, the thing from our value dropping down because of we lost our brave, we lost our trustworthy. That's the thing. It's not the thing, the mistake. I myself do mistake every day. Every day. I'm saying sorry every day. But if sometimes I don't have enough brave to say sorry, that is the most terrible days. I don't like it at all. I'm rather to pay for what people shout at me when I do something wrong, but I'm not going to choose the option tell the lie. It's so terrible. I can't afford that because you know what? After we lost our trustworthy, our life, the value of our life drops down so quickly. We can avoid that few minutes, but one day later, 1 month later, few years later, we lost the trust from our loved ones. We can't afford it. We can't afford it. We just can't afford it. So whenever we do something wrong, everybody make mistake, just honestly say sorry. Honestly say sorry. How many times a day say sorry? It doesn't matter. But only 1 time we lying per month, that do matter. So the 4th one, no lying. The reason why I put quite a lot of time for the 4th one, because that is the most difficult precepts, I believe. Okay, the 4th one. And then the 5th one, easy. No alcohol or no anything can disturb our awareness. That's the easy one. So our boundary will be the 5 precepts. And then last week we also mentioned about our mind. Okay, like last week I gave you the example about the boundary of our nation. You know, every year the government pay a lot of money, a lot of funding to protect our boundary. Why? Because our boundary is our land. When we have land, we have everything. When we lost our land, we lost everything. So, similarly, our mind is everything. When we lost our mind, we lost everything. Okay? When we lost our mind, we lost everything. So, how we say we have our mind, or how we say we lost our mind, something like this. Okay, something like this. I got the Buddhist text in front of me here. So, I can read because of my practice. I do a lot of work when I was young. I can read. Okay, I can read right now, so I can read. And then when you will see the words here just quite small. Okay, so I try my best to adjust this one. Make sure I can read the words. Okay. If in that case I can say I still have my mind because my mind can control my eyes, and my eye can recognize if it is quite small words. So I make the option. I adjust the distance of the paper a little bit close or a little bit far, so I can read it. I can control my mind to pick up the best option for me. That's it, I still have my mind. Okay, for example, if I lost my mind, what will I do? When I lost my mind, I don't know what is it in front of me. I can't read it. And when I see those 2 small words, I just sit there and not complain. Why this one is too small? I don't have the option. I just can't pick. I just can't adjust the thing to make sure it's suitable for my eyes. So in that case, I can say I can't control my mind. I let the object disturb my mind. So when I let the object disturb my mind, so I lost my mind. I lost the ownership of my mind. I don't like it at all. So whenever we can keep our mind, and whenever we can have the ownership of our mind, we will know what we will do, and we will take benefit, the best advantage from our mind. Okay, now I'd like to comment back. The boundary of the Buddhists, the 5 precepts, and then protect our mind like protect our land. We have land, we have everything. We have mind, we have everything. Don't let the other one jump into our mind and disturb our mind. Don't let the other thing jump into our mind and take ownership of our mind. When we work, when we go to work, there's so many things happen at the same time. We can't control. The only thing we can control, we control our mind. How we look at the object. Should we keep the object strictly? We hold the object with the negative mind, so our mind just lost? No. We can't control everything. Something right now, here, this morning, the weather forecast say it's raining all day today. That's what we can't control. But the thing we can control, we can use a car, we can use the umbrella. Every Sunday morning, we should go to the temple. We should take that opportunity to learn the Buddha teaching, to bring all benefit to our mind. That's what we should do. And if the weather say today is a good day, it's good. If the weather say today not a good day, today is rainy, that's okay. We go a little bit earlier, we use the umbrella, we have a jacket. So we just can't control the weather, we just can't control everything in our work. The only thing we can control is our mind. Don't lose our mind. We lost our mind, we lost everything. We lost our land, we lost everything. So keep our mind carefully. Keep our option carefully. Control the object carefully. Don't let the object control our mind. Be aware of that. That's what the Buddha said. It's not. Okay, that's the Buddha teaching. That's in the boundary of the Buddhists. So today, we already hear the summary from last few weeks. Today we also have the introduction about where the Buddha gave the Heart Sutra. Is the Rajariha Pacific Mountain in India. And today I also introduced the profound illumination. I just introduced the words. So next week I will invite you to understand what we call profound illumination. So next week we're going to understand what is profound illumination, why we call profound illumination, and why we call the profound illumination of the Buddha is the real blessing of the Buddha. So next week we're going to go through that, and this is the most important of this week. Okay, we only have few minutes for this very important thing, very, very important thing. Now, dear friends, I'm going to go through very important things in our practice path. That's what we call bodhicitta. Okay, bodhicitta. In Vietnamese, it's Bồ Đề Tâm. Bồ Đề Tâm in Vietnamese. And in English, it's bodhicitta. Bodhi is enlightenment, and chitta is mind. Okay. We already mentioned about protect our land, protect our mind. But actually, in order to make our mind as most beneficial as possible, we should put a lot of body seeds, enlightenment seeds in our land, in our mind. That's a bodhicitta. Okay, now I'm going through how we practice bodhicitta. Next week, I will go through with you how is bodhicitta important, why we need to practice bodhicitta. So this week, I just love to share with you what and how we practice bodhicitta. Okay, now, please take full attention. Every day, after you just wake up, and the second you go to sleep, you take this most important moment of your life to cultivate the bodhicitta in your mind. And how to cultivate it. There are two most important moments in your daily life. The first one is just after you wake up. And the second most important moments is the moment you before falling into sleep. Whatever go with you, falling you to sleep, that is the most important you carry on the next day after you wake up. So make sure the thing you put into your sleep and let you wake up is the most precious thing. That is the Buddha mind. And we call that is bodhicitta mind. If we're not going to take the bodhicitta mind go with us to the sleep, what will we take? We will take unhappiness, worry, anxiety, so many things in our daily life. If we're not going to take the happiness mind into our sleep, we will going to take all the other things into our sleep. And whatever we take everything into our sleep, it will wake up in the next day. So the Buddha said, don't choose to pick up the negative thing to our sleep. Pick up the positive thing to our sleep. And what is the most positive things in this life? That is the mind to obtain fully ultimate happiness. That's called bodhicitta. Okay, that's called bodhicitta. Next week I will come back to this thing. Now, we practice. How we practice? Everybody have full attention, huh? Just say very simple. The Lord Buddha, I am your daughter. I am your son. Make the confirmation with the Buddha. The Lord Buddha, I am your beloved daughter. Or the gentleman here. The Lord Buddha, I am your beloved son. My name is, put your name in, okay, put your name in. Why we put your name in? Because this life, that's our identification, our ID with our name. So put that confirmation into it. My name is, my Dharma name is. Your name, your Dharma name, your name, your Dharma name. In my case, I will say, the Lord Buddha, I am your beloved daughter. I am Bhikkhuni Giac Anh. This year I am 49 years old. The Buddha has so many sons and daughters. He really not care who I am. But why I say so? I make the confirmation with myself and with the Buddha. I am this in this life. Okay. The Lord Buddha, I am your beloved daughter. I am Bhikkhuni Giac Anh. I am your name, and your Dharma name, put it there. May I attain enlightenment to benefit all sentient beings. Okay. May I attain enlightenment to benefit all sentient beings. Okay, the 4 words. The Lord Buddha, I am your love, I am your beloved son. My name is this. My Dharma name is this. May I attain enlightenment to benefit all sentient beings. Very easy. In our life, we make so many commitments to everybody. We never make commitment to bring happiness to ourselves and happiness to the other. That's our commitment. That's the Buddhist. So, please help me to do it every 3 times before you go to sleep, and say it silently 3 times after you wake up. Okay, after you wake up, that's how we practice Buddhist. And not only the practitioner like us doing this every day, His Holiness Dalai Lama also do it, all the saints do it, all the holy monks, holy nuns do it, all the one who obtain enlightenment do it, the Buddha do it for many thousand years until he get enlightenment. All the ones who like to have happiness, to benefit themselves and benefit the other, have that kind of commitment. And that's we call Bodhisattva. I coming back with you next week, and then I love to give you more explanation how important Bodhisattva is next week. But this week, I would like to invite you to cultivate, to make commitment with ourselves, with the Bodhisattva. Okay, I like to say it again. The Lord Buddha, I'm your beloved son. The Lord Buddha, I'm your beloved daughter. My name is, my Dharma name is. May I attain enlightenment to benefit all sentient beings. Do it just 3 times, very quick. I do it very quick, just 30 seconds. But I do it every single day since I came to monastic life until now, and it's work miracle. It's work miracle. So I like to invite everybody to do it. So make sure you do it tonight. And here I have so many good friends here. They do it for 10 years, 15 years. As soon as when they came to the temple, they already learned Bodhisattva, and they do it in their family more than 10 years. So everybody here didn't do it, so I would like to invite everybody to do it tonight. Try it tonight. And then we see you next week. You have a good weekend. Okay. So mình tụng kinh ha. We do the dedication. Nguyện đêm công đức này hướng về khắp tất cả đệ tử và chúng sanh đều trọn thành Phật đạo.
Chuỗi ngày vui ta sẽ thấy niết bàn, ngay giữa cuộc đời này
ta sẽ có hòa bình